This is a Spanish tortilla or Spanish omelette. Such a simple, humble recipe with 3 main ingredients. It varies from region to region, and today I'm going to give it a go. So if you want to make it, here's everything you need. We're going to start this recipe by preparing the potatoes. So we're just going to peel them. I'm going to peel them all, and then I'm going to cut them into quarters and then into thin slices. Next, we'll place the sliced potato into a bowl, and then we need to run it under cold water. This is to wash off any of the starch, because if we leave the starch on there, when we come to fry the potatoes, they're more likely to stick together. So this helps to reduce that. Once you've rinsed them, drain them, and then pat them dry on a clean tea towel. Next, I've got 4 medium onions. We're going to top and tail them, cut them in half, and then thinly slice them. And now with the onions sliced, we can start doing some cooking. So I'm going to place a frying pan over a low heat, and then we're going to add in a generous drizzle of olive oil. But place the onions straight in, followed by a good pinch of salt. We're going to cook those down very slowly until they become really sweet and soft and lightly caramelized. While that's happening, I'll place some oil that's suitable for deep frying into a heavy pot and heat it to around 170 degrees Celsius, and then we can place in our potato. And we're going to cook them through in batches until they're lightly golden on the outside. We'll then drain them well using a kitchen spider and place them into a bowl. So we've been cooking these onions out. All that time we've been frying off the potato, which has been about 20 minutes now. And it's just about ready, and as you can see, they are nicely cooked down. Hopefully you can see in there they are really sort of soft, melty, and slightly brown, so nicely caramelized as well. So hopefully you can see that. These are done and the potatoes are done. So now we're going to start assembling the dish. So we're going to need quite a large mixing bowl, and we're going to place all of that potato, and then we're going to also add in the caramelized onions. And once they're in there, we're going to mix it together, and then we're going to take a separate bowl and we're going to crack lots of eggs. So I'm not sure exactly how many I'm going to need, but I want enough to nicely cover the potato and onions. So I'll start with about 6 to 8 and then see where we're at from there. So you want to crack your eggs into the bowl and give them a good whisk, and also season them generously with a good pinch of salt, and be quite generous with a few grinds of black pepper. So we'll now pour our egg mixture over the potato and onion mixture and decide whether we need any more eggs in there. Looking at it, it's almost there. I think an extra 2 eggs will just sort of make sure it's about perfect. So I'm going to crack them not into that bowl but into this bowl, because we want to make sure that we season those eggs as well before they go in. So we'll add them in, give them a nice little season. And then we're going to add that straight in. To me, a nice consistency. It just about covers the potato mixture, and a nice even sort of mix of everything. So now we just need to leave this mixture to sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, and that'll allow the egg to absorb into the potato before we cook it. Now we're ready to start cooking, so I'm going to place a frying pan over a medium-low heat, and then we're going to generously drizzle in some more olive oil. Once it's hot, we can tip in our potato, egg and onion mixture, and then we're going to slowly cook it for around 5 minutes on each side. So you can probably see that it is starting to cook quite nicely around the edges. If I lift off the side, you can see that it's nicely cooked under there. Hopefully you can see. Because we want it fondantly in the middle, we don't want to cook it all the way through until it's solid on top. So I'm going to have to try and slide it out onto this plate, and then we'll try and flip it back into the pan the other way around. So wish me luck. Put the pan over the top. 3, 2, 1, flip. And we're in there, we're in. So we're just going to tuck the edges down nicely into the pan. We're going to cook it for a few more minutes just on that side. You can gently just roll it around in the pan, and that just helps keep the shape nice and rounded. And now it's ready to serve. So I'm just going to flip it out onto this board. And there we go. Beautiful Spanish tortilla. So I suppose we better cut into it and see what it's like inside. And that's beautiful. You can see there it's still a little bit oozy in the center, and that's how it should be. If anything, this is slightly overcooked, but I'm not going to grumble at that. I'm pretty happy with this, and I suppose we should see how it tastes. So good. I love the flavour of that caramelized onion coming through. It's absolutely perfect. Can you believe 3 of the most basic, simple ingredients, potatoes, onions and eggs, make something so delicious and so special? That's why this is a winning recipe. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you try it out for yourself. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.